Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our 7-minute credit session. Okay, so if you joined me last week, we talked a little about what's included in your FICO credit score, as well as I asked you guys to go ahead and request your free copy of your credit report. So if you have done that, great job. You're one step ahead. If you have not, or you do not know how to access your free credit report, go ahead and shoot me a DM or comment below, and I will let you know how you can access that, because you can get access to your free credit reports. Okay, so let's get started. So for those of you guys who do not know who I am, and some of you may not if this is your first time joining us, my name is Crystal Moore. I'm also known as Crystal, the Credit Slayer and Debt Eliminator. My job is to make sure that you know about your credit, and also I want to educate you on how to be responsible with your money and to get out of debt. A lot of times we find ourselves in a hole trying to make expensive purchases, and we make a hole for ourselves, and I want to show you how to get out of that hole and to eliminate some of that debt. Okay, so if you pulled your credit score, you may be very happy. You're like, yeah, I'm doing great, or you may be a little discouraged. Just remember, it's never too late to have good credit and to have the money and live the life that you want to live and be financially free. So I have a positive affirmation I want to share with you guys. I am financially free. Money is no longer an issue. I have more than I will ever need. I am free to do what I want. I am generous with what I have. Okay, so for today, we're going to talk about what's on your credit report. So the first thing you'll notice on your credit report is your personal information, your name, your address, employer, your credit accounts. You'll have your open and closed accounts. You'll have details about your account and payment history, your debt collections. Okay, so these are the accounts that have actually been placed with a third-party debt collector for non-payment. You also have your public records, which will include tax liens. Anytime you have been sued by a creditor, those will be included. So that's any local, state, or federal court cases. So also you'll find on your credit report the inquiries. These will list the businesses that have pulled your credit report within the last 2 years. So there are 2 different types of inquiries, and we'll discuss that a little later on. Some of them can actually have an impact on your credit score. So before we get into what you need to do once you have access to your credit report, I also want to just show you a sample of that credit report that we have. Okay, so this is actually a credit report. This is an Experian report. So this is what an actual Experian report would look like. You'll have your report number, which is like your account number or reference number. You'll use that anytime you contact Experian. You also have your index, which shows you how to navigate through the system or through your credit report. It'll tell you exactly where you can find everything. For number 3, you'll have your potentially negative items. Those will be the items that may be late payment or non-payment. You have a list of those accounts along with the status of the account or the account history. So for this one, it shows that it's 60 days past due. So that'll be on the account as well. Then you'll have all of your accounts in good standing. So these are all the accounts that you have paid on time. You're up to date on your payments, you're current. So these will be the great job accounts. So you'll have those. And last but not least, you'll have your inquiries. So these will be those companies that have requested a copy of your credit report. Okay, so once you have pulled your credit report, you're probably like, okay, well, what do I do next? What is my next step? I have this credit report. I know what my credit score is, but what exactly do I do now? So after you've pulled your credit report, and I hope you guys have, we are going to look for errors on your credit report. So the next step is to definitely, you want to fix the errors on your credit report. Okay, so common errors to look for are incorrect personal information. If you have a unique spelling for your name, that it may be spelled wrong, accounts that don't belong to you. You see that quite often with parents that have the same name. Like if you're a junior or a senior, you want to be mindful to really look for your accounts and make sure that it's your account and not your father or your son's account. Missing accounts, incorrect public records. If you know you haven't filed bankruptcy, make sure that there's nothing on there that shouldn't be. Accounts that aren't accurate. So those are any accounts that are showing open that should be closed. And we're going to talk a little bit about when accounts can be closed in just a few minutes. Accounts listed as closed by grantor, duplicate accounts. You see that a lot with student loans. Data management errors, delinquencies or derogatory remarks, those can actually be removed. Fraudulent activity, you make a lot of online purchases. You want to always have a credit monitoring service just for that reason, because a lot of times your account information may be jeopardized, and incorrect inquiries. So those are all the things that you want to look for. Okay, so what is the statute of limitations? So that goes back to what we were just talking about, what you may look for in errors. The statute of limitation is actually the rule that sets a time limit within which a creditor may sue you for a payment of a debt. The length of the time that a creditor has to sue you on an unpaid debt varies from state to state. So make sure to check with your state law. I believe Arkansas is 7 years. So in some states it's 4 years, in other states it might be longer. So make sure that you're checking with your state law to see when that statute of limitation is. Okay, so the number of years unpaid debt affects your credit score is usually 7. So after that 7 year, then it should have no impact on your credit score. Typically, the statute of limitation for most debts is 3 to 6 years, and the statute of limitation on federal debt is none. So be mindful that if you owe federal student loans, or if you owe federal taxes, if you have a lien on your taxes, there is no statute of limitation. They can always collect on their debt, or make an attempt to collect on their debt, or garnish your check, or whatever. They can always do whatever they need to do to get that payment. So that is all that we have today. I hope I shared a little bit of knowledge with you guys. So as always, we're going to have a homework assignment. So if you have pulled your credit report, great job. If you have not, get with me ASAP so I can tell you how to access your credit report. And last but not least, I want you to check your credit report for errors. So go ahead and check your credit report for errors, circle it, highlight it, and because we're going to discuss how you can fix those errors and also how you can get things removed on our next session. So that is all I have. Thank you for watching. You guys have been great, and I will see you next time. Bye.